Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be going through the patch notes of Apex Legends. I've never really done a video like this before, so let's just see how this video ends out. But we're going to be looking through all of the Legends, buffs and nerfs and changes and what have you. So we're not really looking through all the other stuff in the new update. So we're just going to be focusing on the Legends. So the first one is Lifeline, and her passive has basically, I would think, it's more of a change than a nerf or a buff, but basically she's lost her fast heal, so she no longer has that anymore, and the developers basically wanted to make it so she helps others rather than helping herself. And instead it's replaced by her dock, which will be put down next to a not a dead teammate, a downed teammate, and the shield will come up. Normally when she revives someone, the shield will come up. This time it will come up when the dock is put down. And Lifeline can continue shooting or res another teammate. Her tactical is buffed a little bit, and so it's reduced by 15 seconds, which is, you know, another good buff. And her ultimate is a lot better, because before it would, I don't know, it wasn't great. I mean, like, it just gave you some items, but it wasn't really worth it. Now it's going to give you a lot more items. So a lot of the smaller items were like attachments and, like, I don't know, shield cells. They'll give you more of those, so that's a nice little buff there. Right, next we have Octane. This is the one I like, because I always wanted a nice little buffed Octane, because I don't think he was ever strong enough. Now his speed is increased by 10% when he's using his stim, which is a lot better, and he removes all of impairing effects. I don't know what that means, because he obviously removes all the effects, but I don't know what effects he could get, unless it perhaps cancels Revenant's silencer, but I'm not quite sure. I guess we'll have to find out about that one. And now Octane's launch pad is the interesting thing. You can now double jump and you can change your direction a lot easier. So basically when you're in midair, you'll be able to press A again and you can double jump, which is a pretty cool thing. I think that's pretty amazing. I think a lot of people will be able to make like mad like obstacle courses and stuff. Actually, we have already made an obstacle course video, so I'll link that. You'll probably see up in the top right now. But yeah, that will be a lot better with the double jump. Now, Revenants had a bit of a buff, which I think is needed. He needs to be a very strong character. I think that'd be quite cool to have Revenants a strong character. So now he cancels Pathfinder mid grapple, which is a very nice thing actually. It's a little bit of a nerf to Pathfinder. He also cancels Wraith mid phase. So by this, when she's in her phase, it doesn't cancel it. She's in her phase. But so now Wraith's new phase basically lasts a little bit longer. It's like a second or something. If you manage to time the silencer perfectly, you can cancel it, which will leave Wraith very vulnerable. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see if any of those happens. Now it also prevents Mirage cloaked revive. That's kind of cool. That's a good one. And also Mirage decoy control. So that does give Mirage a little bit of a nerf there. I think there's also a bigger nerf to Mirage later on. It also cancels out Lifeline combat revive, which is good. And the ultimate, the range is removed on the death token. So usually when you enter your death token, there would be a limited range you could, you know, be in that death token for. Now that's completely removed and you can just roam the whole map, which is kind of cool. So Crypto has this new station where he can scan everyone on the whole map. But well, I'm not going to go through that in today's video. Maybe if this video, you know, somehow gets 1,000 views, which it's not going to get 1,000 views, bring it like 50 views, but you never know, Maybe I'll go through that. But today, we're just going to be looking through the nerfs and buffs of Crypto. So Crypto's drone basically just takes less time to activate, and his EMP will now disable Watson's pylon. So like a little bit of buff. Nothing too big. Nothing as big as his massive satellite scan thing. So Loba has a small buff, nothing really that interesting. It's only her burglar's best friend will no longer be intercepted by Watson's pylons. I didn't realise they did in the first place actually, so that hasn't really changed anything for me. And her ultimate's just, I don't know, it's a little bit better, a little bit worse. She can't, like, you won't be able to pick up as much ammo, but the ultimate accelerants do give you more towards your ultimate. So with Mirage, you can hold the tactical button to auto-control the decoy. So instead of pressing it, you can actually hold it down this time. And the decoys now say lines when shot, which, you know, kind of just a nice, cool thing. So he's passive when he's cloaked, when he's reviving someone's a little bit more obvious, which I think is a good thing, because Mirage is he's a little bit OP right now, so he does need a little bit of nerf. And his skydive, however, if you're with your whole squad's invisible. That's kind of a cool thing. So Gibraltar and Caustic have a tiny nerf. They need a bigger one still, I think. Caustic and Gibraltar are still quite overpowered, but Gibraltar's fast heal is decreased to 15% rather than 25%. And Caustic, basically, enemies can shoot the little gas trap before it's inflated to cancel it. Which I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know if that's going to be easy or hard to do, but I think that's a nice little nerf to him. So Watson's pylons are her ultimate, and they last now for only 90 seconds. They don't last forever, but she can have 3 at once. So I don't know if that maybe triples the health up, but it does make her ultimate excellence very handy. And she can also stack 2 of them now. So, you know, twice the pride, double the fall. Wraith has had quite a big change. Not a nerf or not a buff, but a change. I'm not going to read this all because it's kind of a bit boring, and I get a tumour when I read it. I almost get a seizure. I don't really understand what's going on. I just can't be asked to read it, to be honest. So I'm going to basically describe what's happening. Basically, when she, before she activates her phase walk, she will go through a little animation, so it's a little bit longer to get into the phase walk, but she will get a temporary speed boost as well when she's in there, and she can also see enemies in her phase walk, which I think is going to be very, very good. And her phase walk now lasts 4 seconds rather than 3, so that's a nice little buff, I would say, to her, actually, rather than a change. I would say it's a bit of a buff. However, her ultimate has been decreased, so a little bit of a nerf to that one. That is all for this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's probably a really shitty video. This is the first time I've ever done one of these, but I'm just kind of trying it out, seeing how it works. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, leave a comment. I really appreciate it. Give it a like. Share it with your gran. Share it with your nan. They're the same thing. I don't care. And hasta la vista, baby.